Hey guys, welcome to the live. Just waiting for you peeps to jump on. Hey guys, thanks for jumping on. I'm not actually in a padded cell or a police interview room. I'm actually in my little office that I've got in the UK, which I haven't actually been to this office for probably about 2 months, so it's a little bit of a mess. I'll just spin round. You can see the most amazing cupboard and some thank you letters that people have sent me over the years, all over the last few months actually, which is pretty cool. I haven't been in here for a while, but it's like the tiniest office in the world. But obviously last week the Wi-Fi was so bad that it just kept kicking me out. It was really pissing me off. So sorry, I'm swearing already. Yeah, it was really doing my head in, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to make the effort, drive down to the office where the Wi-Fi is a lot stronger, and just kick it off. So I guess the first thing that I want to know is, what's your name? Where'd you come from? Show me your hearts. Nice one. M's from Edinburgh. Show me your hearts. Let me see what's going on. And yeah, let me know where you're coming in from. Beautiful. There we go. Some pretty cool hearts. Natalie, hey, how you doing? Stacey, hey. Vanessa, what's up? Laura, how you diddling? All the way from Essex. Nice work, guys. Long Beach, there you go. Long Beach is the city that raised me. Anyway, I've been there myself, actually. Long Beach, very, very good. There's a great Hooters there, by the way. I'm sure you know about it. Little plug for Hooters. Italy, Northern Italy, nice stuff. Pembrokeshire, Wales, the Midlands. Nice one, Lou. How you doing? Liana. Great. Suffolk. People are logging in now. This is wicked. Okay, we're getting the numbers up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kick it off because I'm not going to be able to hold this phone up all night. As ever, I am prepared. I've got a bill here and I've got my notes written on the back of it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about my story for all the new people that are on. You guys that are already on, that already have heard this a million times. You know, you can check out if you want to. Go and put the kettle on, make yourself a cup of tea, whatever you need to do. But I would always say, you know, a great mentor told me, don't change your story, just change your audience. So I'm all about, you know, sharing the thing that made me what I am today, which is this business opportunity that I'm going to talk to you about now. So all I'm going to do is take you back 7 years ago when I was a personal trainer. Always wanted to make money, always wanted to kind of live a cool lifestyle, you know, live by the beach, travel a lot, spend time with my friends and family, and earn money. And I kind of had this dream of earning money whether I worked or not. So the thing that I started to do was try and create a business that was based around my boot camps. I got staff, I got people to work with me. I did all that kind of stuff. I spent a fortune on marketing. Now, I'm not saying those things don't work for people, but they just didn't work for me. And I just knew that there was a better way, or a different way, or almost, like, I'll be totally honest with you, I'm pretty lazy. Like, anybody that knows me, I'm like the shortcut guy. I'm always looking to find a shortcut. And I was reading something the other day on Facebook where I think it was Bill Gates. He said he's such a detailed person that if he wants something to be, you know, achieved really quickly, he'll get a lazy person to do it, because they'll always find a shorter and a quicker way of doing it. And that's kind of where I was at. So I was doing the boot camps, I was doing the personal training, I was starting at 6 in the morning, finishing at 11 o'clock at night, all that kind of stuff. And for me, I just knew there was something else out there. Big believer in the universe, big believer in the secret, or the law of attraction, whatever you want to call it. And really, when you break it down, the secret, well, there isn't really a secret. It's just focus on what you want and hustle until you get it. Like, don't say I'm going to give it a go for a year, or I'm going to give it a go for 90 days, or I'm going to give it a go for a few weeks. Like, I'm going to do this until I get the result that I want to do, that I want to get. You know, people quit too soon in everything. Like, Human beings are born quitters. That's what you've got to remember. So you're fighting against something sometimes that is deeply kind of bred into you. Think about it. People join the gym and they quit. People join college and they quit. People start driving lessons and they quit. People get married and they quit. Do you know what I mean? The first argument that they have, they're getting divorced a week later. So you've got to remember that there's something in you that is looking for the path of least resistance, that is trying to tell you to give up when it gets tough. Well, what you've got to do is you've got to break through that. You've got to go hard. You've got to work at it, and just continually strive for excellence and strive to build the business that you want for not only you but for your family. So 7 years in, you know, it wasn't easy for me. My first 2 years, I probably made round about £10,000 in 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. So it wasn't a lot of income, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit at the end how that income actually made a massive impact on my life, believe it or not. And there's a great saying, you know, it might only be $100, but it's better than a bill for $100. It might pay for your fuel, it might pay for your mortgage or something like that. But when I saw that I could get one customer and one team member, I kind of had this vision. Well, if I can get one, I can get 100. If I can get 100, I can get 1,000. If I can get 1,000, I can get 10,000. And I built this business totally part-time on top of what I was doing. And I'm going to talk to you about how I squeezed the time in there, how I kind of made it work for me, and how I decided that I was going to reduce certain things in my life to get excellence and to get massive results. And I condensed a 30-year career now into 5 years. After year 2 of struggling and stressing and trying to find the way it works, I eventually hit on what I would call the blueprint and the way to build this business. And that's evolved. And, you know, I would say I'm the best mentor, the best distributor I've ever been. Right here, right now. Like, the people that join my business now, they get the blueprint, they get everything, because I've made all the mistakes. And you guys are, you know, you guys are kind of just on this sailing boat rocking away, and you've got to make sure that you stay the course. You've got to stick with it. So basically what happened to me was I started to bring a couple of great people into my business, and they changed my thought process. And like I said to you, if you're struggling right now, do not quit. Just keep going, and all you need to do is find one good person. Guess what happens when you find one good person? You think, if I can find one good person, I can find two. If I can find two, I can find three. If I can find three, I can find five, and so on and so on and so forth. And that's how it builds. And you just got to go through the numbers. That's what I started to do. It started to build for me, and then I started to work even harder. So I see a lot of people in this industry get a little bit of success, and then what they do is they basically chill. Like, they're pulling out cigars, they're relaxing, they're getting massages, they think the checks are going to come in every single month, and I'm scared shitless of my check not coming in the next month. So what I do is I just hustle every single month. I just keep spinning that wheel. I just got to keep working it and working it and working it and working it, because I want to grow it. And if you don't use it, you lose it. If it doesn't grow, it dies. It's like your muscle, right? You know, when I was training all the time and I was in a lot better shape than I was, guess what I was doing? Than I am now. I was lifting weights all the time. I was using my muscles. Okay, I'm back in the gym now. You can probably tell that I've lost a little bit of weight off my face. Or is that because I've had a shave? Who knows? I'll let you decide. Okay, so cool. I'm going to go into like kind of what happened. Went to some big conventions, saw the bigger picture, and just went for it. I realized that I had to rip up my list of excuses. I had to stop bullshitting myself. I had to start believing that I could do this. I created the vision boards. I got around the right people, and I just went to work on myself, and I went to work on my business. And then what happened to me was, it started to compound, it started to grow. I started to see phenomenal results, and I was so scared of losing it that I just carried on working it and working it and working it. And that's what you've got to do, guys, when you get that momentum. 7 years in, I'm probably not far off now in income terms. I'm not far off about 2 million, not far from there, and that's pounds, by the way. And what's amazing about that is I'm just some dopey kid from Bolton. Do you know what I mean? I'm nothing special whatsoever. I messed up university 3 times. I got kicked out of 2 universities for not turning up. I was a postman. I was a bartender. And I'm not saying that everybody on this live tonight or everybody that watches this recording is going to make that amount of money. I'm not saying everybody can. Everybody will, but everybody can if you want to. If you want it badly enough. If you want it badly enough, you can do it. And I'm just going to take you through a little bit. So why did I stick at it? Okay, I stuck at it because of the friends that I created. The people that I kind of love are the friends that are in this business that build me up, you know, that help me become the person that I am today, that inspired me. And you'll know if you write down your list of people that are in your team, those guys are meant to build you up. They're meant to make you feel $1 million. They're meant to be there for you. Nice hearts, by the way, guys. They're meant to be there for you when you're in your time of need. This isn't a criticized business. We ain't criticizing people. We're building them up. You know what? You make mistakes. Of course you do. I'm still making them all the time. This business teaches you things all the time as well. And you've just got to learn from that stuff. And there's no mistakes in this business. You cannot do it wrong. You can only quit. It's as simple as that. And you've just got to go at it and rework your system. Make the tweaks, make the adjustments, and prove people wrong. That's what we're in the business for, right? We're in it for proving people wrong. I didn't want to be the guy that people kind of sniggered at behind my back and went, I told you he wouldn't be doing it very long. I told you it wouldn't last. I told you he'd quit. I told you he'd give up. I told you he'd end up doing something else. I didn't want to be that guy. I wanted to be the guy that stayed with it, that ran the course, that proved the doubters wrong. And like I love doing that to people. I'm not doing it to you, by the way, but that like imaginary FU or whatever you want to call it is beautiful. Do you know what I mean? When you drive past the guys that were slating you, when you see the dudes that were criticizing you on Facebook, telling you it was a scam, and they're still doing jobs that they hate. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm involved in this, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now, is because you guys that are on this call, some of you are struggling, some of you got hurdles, some of you got challenges. I'm like there for you guys because I've been there when I was struggling. I know what it's like. I know that deal. I know when your friends and family are telling you that you shouldn't be doing it. You know, my mum sat down across the dinner table one night with me, and she was like, John, I think you should give up this network marketing thing. You're not making any money. You're spending loads of time out. You're distracted from your boot camps. I mean, is it ever going to work? I literally picked up my plate of food and threw it in her face. No, I didn't, I'm joking. So I was like, Mum, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to prove you wrong. And I just kept working at it. So that's why I stuck at it. 3 things. The friends, the personal development. You know, when I was on the Grant Cardone show, he come out with something that was really cool. He came out with this phrase like, when you're in a network marketing company, you are parachuted into a load of people that are like-minded, that are entrepreneurial, that are into the same thing. And that's a beautiful thing about it. So the personal development and the growth that I got was amazing. The friends and the travel, like just being able to say, yeah, I'm going to Venice, but it's a convention. So I'm not just going to like have a jolly. I'm going there to learn stuff. I'm going to be educated. I'm going to kind of learn different things, meet new people, travel the world. The lady that was on from Long Beach, that was my first American convention. And you know, the reason that I kind of love that is the traveling element, meeting friends. There's a great Irish saying like, strangers are friends you haven't met yet. And I just love that line. And the more people, the more friends you can go out there and speak to and talk to and connect with, the more you can learn. Like, you can just learn off so many different people. You learn off their experiences. So that's why I stuck at it. And I also held the vision right there. So if you all like touch your foreheads right now, I can't see you doing it, so I hope you're doing it with me. But basically, that is your third eye. That is the mind's eye. So when you drive in your car, you're seeing your future. You're seeing the car that you want to drive, the house that you want to live in, the places that you want to visit, the people that you want to spend time with. That's like your vision board that you carry around with you everywhere. And I just used to see that all the time. I was like, every single day I felt like I was moving closer and closer and closer towards that goal. And that's the beautiful thing about having a vision. And you can see some amazing things, right? Even with your eyes closed. You know that line. I think it's from a Big Sean track. Anyway, so that's why I stuck at it. 10x in your productivity. I said I'd talk about that on the call. So that, or whatever this is, Facebook Live. Yeah, if you touch your foreheads, I respect you massively. At least I didn't ask you to touch somewhere else, right? So let's move on quickly. 10x in your productivity. So what I find with a lot of people is they try and build this business like in distraction phase. So you've got kids running around, you've got your fella or your missus chatting to you, all that kind of stuff going on. You're trying to build your other businesses at the same time. So I always say set yourself up for success. Like make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. So the best thing that I would say is go out there and say, you know what, I've got an hour to build my business. Will you help me? Will you just take the kids to the park for an hour so I can just slam it for 1 hour? Does that make sense, guys? So all you've got to do is kind of find a way of setting yourself up for success, compounding that time rather than trying to spin plates all the time, which all end up dropping because you forget who you've got to message, you forget who you've got to connect with, you forget who you're ringing. If you can condense that into 1 hour and keep it really, really focused, 1 hour a day, just 1 hour a day, 7 days a week is actually 7 hours a week extra. That's the bare minimum. Imagine if you can do that when the kids are in bed. You know, I talk about this 7-Eleven club. Like, you've got a choice from 7 o'clock at night after you've had your evening meal till 11 o'clock at night. What you do with your time there is going to determine your future in network marketing. If you piss around on Facebook, if you're watching reality shows, if you're watching soap operas, you ain't going to get anywhere in this business, I'm telling you now. You're never going to get that time back. Never in a million years. If you want to check out and have relaxation, watch a movie instead. It's like 2 hours and it's done. You know, that's it. Rather than watching soap operas where you get addicted to the same thing every single night of the week, or the same reality show every single night of the week. Go, you know what, I'm tired, I need a break, cool, I'm going to switch my phone off, I'm going to totally submerge myself in this movie. I always watch comedies when I'm tired, and that's the best way to do it, guys. The other thing that I would say, start exercising first thing in the morning. Like, I've been getting up and training at 6 a.m. I hate mornings. I've always hated mornings. But I tell you what I've done is I've trained myself to love getting up early. I get up at 5 a.m. now. I go and see a PT. You don't have to get a PT, but it works a lot better for accountability. Or join a boot camp that's early morning, or join a class that's early morning. Smash out your workout. Your endorphins go through the roof. You start feeling great about yourself. You've got energy. You've got, you know, tenacity. You're kind of just starting ahead of everybody else. And then what you do is you've done the biggest thing. Like, there's a great book called Eat the Frog for Breakfast. Like, the number one thing that I know that I need to get out of the way in the morning is training. Like, now I know that when I've trained, I get in my Range Rover, I'm sweating like a pig. Those seats definitely need cleaning. And I'm done. I've done like the biggest thing that I needed to do to set me up for the day. The great thing about it as well, when you find like that you're training in the gym, if you train in the afternoon and you've got your phone with you in the gym and stuff, you just basically texting people in between. You're never ever present. Another great book, The Present, by I think it's Kenneth Blanchard. He wrote, or the same guy that wrote Who Moved My Cheese. I think they're the same person, but The Present it's called, and it's all about living in the moment, living in the present, getting done what you said you were going to do. Yeah, you got it, Sharon. I put the cooler seats on. That's right, I put those on the other day, believe it or not. Okay, so that's how you 10x your productivity, eliminating distractions. The other thing that you need to do is reduce your sleep, but increase the quality of your sleep. So that rather than having 8 hours, reduce it to like 5 hours, but make sure you get really, really good quality sleep. You can do some YouTube like research on sleep patterns and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not actually having that much sleep anymore compared to what I used to. But the quality of my sleep is so much better because, like I said, I'm getting up, I'm training in the morning, I'm working the 7-Eleven club, and I'm trying to automate my business. So when I get back online after I've been off for a while, I've got leads, I've got people interested coming in every single day. And that's the best way of 10xing it, guys. Okay, next thing that I said was align and associate. So write a list of all your friends that you've got. I guarantee if you're broke, the majority of your friends will be broke too. Now that isn't me criticizing people, that's just the way it is. Because when I was broke, the majority of my friends were broke as well. When I was messing around at university, you know, missing lessons and not showing up and partying all the time, my friends were doing the exact same thing too. So basically what you need to do, guys, is you need to just go out there and smash this business and get around the right people. So who can up-level your mindset? If you want to be a millionaire, hang around with millionaires. If you don't know any millionaires, go and find videos of millionaires. Go and find people that are out there that have done it before, people that have already done it. You know, the people that have written the books. You can buy a book for $5 teaching you how to do this thing. It's as simple as that. You got it. Sleep when you're dead, right? Your body will tell you when you need to recover. 8 hours is a total myth. You do not need 8 hours sleep. Never in the memory of man. And if you're eating clean and you're living right and you're training, you're totally fine. And if you do need sleep, your body you'll just have naps. So you're cool. Entrepreneurs don't sleep, they have naps, right? So what you've got to do is you've got to get around these people. So where do you find these people? Start to hang around in the groups on Facebook that have got entrepreneurs in them. Start to hang around on the pages that have got entrepreneurs. Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins. What stuff are you listening to in your car? It's either going to grow your mind or shrink your mind. Like I said, if you don't use it, you lose it. I say it on every call that I do. If you're listening to the radio in your car, you're never going to build a 6-7 figure business. Simple as that. Okay, so align and associate. If you get the opportunity to speak to somebody, like, ask them, take them out for dinner. Like, if there's somebody that you know that you really respect and that has done what you want to do, drop them a message and say, hey, you know what, I love what you've done. I'm really impressed with what you've done. You're kind of a bit of a role model to me. Would it be possible to take you out for a coffee? Would it be possible to take you out for dinner? Whatever. And if you do that, guess what? That dinner might cost you £30, but I tell you what, you'll get thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are willing to help you, and you'll get thousands and thousands of knowledge from that. It's as simple as that. So next question, let me move on. How do you work out what you need to earn? Beautiful thing with network marketing. So actually people are out there that are trying to, like, setting your goals far. I'm a big believer in setting massive goals, but don't set crazy goals that you cannot like achieve in that time. It's like ridiculous. Or if you know that you're not really going to do. It's like if I go into the gym tomorrow and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to bench press 200 kilograms. That's my goal. I'm going to bench press 200 kilograms. I know for a fact that I can't do that. Like, these little arms ain't strong enough to lift that shit, right? So what I've got to do is I've got to start to chunk that goal down and build up to that goal. So what you've got to do is do the same thing where you're at. So what I would advise everybody to do is you can actually change your life from a financial freedom point of view with a few little tweaks. So if you write down all your outgoings, everything that you pay out every single month, if you write down your mortgage, your car, your rent, your bills, your food shopping, etc., your beer money, you know, what do you spend a month? Then all you've got to do is work out what that is and how can you earn that money from network marketing part-time. Because if you can clear those bills, let's say your bills are $2,000 a month, then if you can clear those $2,000 a month bills with a network marketing income plus the other job that you're doing, then you're living financially free just off $2,000 a month. What's the number one stress in the world for people? Money and debt, right? Money is the thing that makes people worried. They can't sleep, they get stressed. Give me a like if you've ever been in debt. Like, I'd like it myself if I could, but I don't know how you do that. I've been in debt. I've been scared of envelopes. I've been, you know, had the phone calls, the letters, the whole thing, right? And it breaks you. It literally breaks you down. And if you write down everything that you do and you kill the debt, focus on reducing those bills. So it means when your actual wage from your other job comes in, then there you go. You've got money to play with. You've got money to, maybe you've got to pay off your debts. That's totally fine as well. You know, there's a lot of girls in my business that have sent me messages saying, you know, thanks for your help, thanks for your motivation, whatever. It's my first debt-free Christmas. You know, I've paid off all my debts, etc., etc. So being able to help somebody, in fact, that should be a goal for all of us on this call. Let's just go out there and help as many people as we can with our opportunities. Pay off the debts as a number one, like become financially independent so your outgoings are taken care of. Guess what happens when you bring in the people that you want to bring into the business and you help them get rid of their debts? All your problems eliminate as well. It's as simple as that. So next thing I'm going to talk to you about is what I did to change my business really, really quickly. Is everything that I've just told you about. I started to 10x my productivity. I started to get around the right people. I started to listen to mentors that have done it before. The people that have built businesses like this before. I did the same thing that they did. I listened to exactly what they've got to say and I just modeled it. If you want to be the best soccer manager in the world, who would you listen to at the moment? Either Alex Ferguson, Jose Mourinho. If you wanted to be the best footballer in the world, you would get Cristiano Ronaldo to talk to you. It's as simple as that. So who are the people that have already done this? You know, I don't know if you've seen the Eric Worre, Richard Branson interview. Unbelievable. Like, Richard Branson used to have his own network marketing company. Phenomenal, right? One of the, I think he's worth like 6 billion. Incredible. So we've got an amazing opportunity and all you've got to do is just go out there and work it. So what time are we on? Let's kick it off with the questions. First one, hit me up. The dude that said it was pyramid selling. All right, drop me an inbox, bro, and I'll sort you out. I'll sort your mindset out. I'll take you on a little trip around school. How tall am I, Peter Purcell? I'm 5'7", and then when it's sunny, I'm a little bit taller. All right, guys, let's kick it off with these questions. When you got serious, how many hours did you work daily? Okay, great question. I didn't. I kind of never counted how many hours that I worked. I just knew that I had to smash it. So I'd kind of build the business in the nooks and crannies of the day. As Matt Morris says a lot, build the business in the nooks and crannies of the day. So I would be like, I'd be spinning plates a little bit, but I still did the 10x productivity where I'd shut my phone down and I'd basically just go at it. Like, if for me, I would kill distractions and work really, really focused on your time. 7-11 club if you can. If that doesn't work for you, it might be the 9 till 1 a.m. club. It's as simple as that. If you want to, like, I'm not that organized, but if you want to, I would monitor what you do. So I would do like a graph of everything that you've done, not a graph, a list of everything that you've done that day, and then try and stick to the same thing every day. Like, it's known that females are a lot more organized than guys, so you'll be probably a lot better than me at this, girls. But just go out there and get really, really focused, really organized, and journal what you did. The great thing about journaling what you did is if you've had a shit month, you can look back and go, that's why I had a shit month. Like, it's written there in black and white. You know yourself whether you've worked it or not. I'm not the best at that, I'll be totally honest. If you're not, then go out there and get somebody else to help you. Like, outsource something. If you're not that organized, go out there and get yourself a virtual assistant. They're not even that expensive. And if it allows you to work on the things that you're good at, then go and do that. It'll definitely improve your ability to generate more leads, recruit more people. Okay, if you only had 1 hour in a day, what would your DMO be? I would say this business is focused on 80% recruiting, 20% training, and by recruiting I mean customers and team members. So if I only had 1 hour a day, I would spend 40 minutes on recruiting, and then I would spend 20 minutes on connecting and training my downline. Best tip for recruiting team, basically, is just going out there, finding who you are, finding your niche, finding your tribe or your avatar or whatever you want to call it, your like-for-like person, the person that most matches you. Go out there and build relationships with them. Sarah, what is the best sale advice? Same thing, relationships win every single time. Stop trying to get into bed with people on the first night. I don't mean you directly, I mean people in the business. We try and get the sale on the first message. We try and get the sale on the first conversation. We try and, get the recruit on the first phone call. Like, just build up that relationship until people decide that they want to be involved in what you're doing, or they want a little bit more information or whatever. It's called your drip list. Drip, 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 drip. You're just dripping information. And if you have, I talked about it on the last call, if you've got enough ducks in your paddling pool, then if you just keep putting the ducks in there, you'll be able to hook a duck and you'll get the prize. Simple as that. How do you create a fun vibe constantly? I wasn't born to be miserable. I wasn't put here to be moaning and neg. Like, everything's a lesson. Everything that happens to you is a lesson. Like, there ain't no bad things. They're just part of your journey. You've just got to roll with it. And, if you've got a big wave coming, get your surfboard out and try and enjoy it. I just try and have fun whatever I do. And that's my advice to you, really. And try and get, help other people have fun. Like, I don't believe we were put on this planet to be miserable. Like, we've got mouths so we can smile. So just go out there and do that. What did you do when you feel like you've hit a brick wall and your business has gone backwards? Totally get that question. I've been there myself. You've just got to keep going. I think when you hit a brick wall, that means you're close to a breakthrough. You've got two options. There's a great little graph that I used on a lot of presentations that I've done, and it's two guys that are digging for diamonds, and one guy is just about to break through, but he walks away and he's got his axe on the back of his shoulder and he's walking away from the wall, and the diamonds are like that close, but the guy underneath is a little bit crazy, and you just know, looking at his face, he's not going to stop for nothing. So actually, if your business went backwards, you're a much better distributor than you've ever been before, because you've learnt from it. It's as simple as that. So when my business plateaued, I learned from it. I didn't quit. I didn't get all upset about it. I was like, okay, this is it. No business in the world grows month on month on month on month on. Even Apple have a dip in shares, right? So they don't just stop selling iPads and stuff. They go, okay, this is where we're at. What do we need to do? What do we need to change? What do we need to improve? So that's what you got to do. What would you do when you first starting a new business before a launch? I'd create intrigue, excitement, and I wouldn't tell people what was coming. I'd create intrigue so people start to ask you what was coming. What do you look for in a new rep? Anyone that's hungry, anyone that's teachable. The two things you can't teach is hunger and coachability, if that's even a word. So you've got to be coachable and you've got to be hungry. I can't work with you because at the end of the day, you 183 people, or it's jumped up to 186, that are on the call right now, 190, you guys, your goals are more important to you than they are to me. That's just brutal honesty. You know what? I'd love it if you have an amazing Christmas this year, but it's not. Your Christmas is more important to you than it is to me. So I can't teach you that hunger. You've got to go out there and do it yourself. How do you discipline yourself without distractions? You've got to be really disciplined in the first place to do that. If you find yourself scrolling on Facebook all the time, never actually messaging people, you've got to be aware of that, being aware of it in the first place and then changing it, and cutting it out. Like, set yourself a target, set yourself an hour, get a timer on your phone. There's a great app called the Pomodoro app, which allows you to work for 20 minutes solid and then take a 5-minute break. Get that app. And all you do, you work solid 20 minutes and then move on. Take a break, and then move back into it. Cut all distractions out. What's your vision board look like these days? For me, I want to do some big charity stuff in the next 12 months. I've got a cool charity lined up where I want to help people that didn't really have a chance, that didn't really have a mentor. Like, there's a lot of talented people out there that want to do stuff, but they never really had the guidance. They didn't. The parents maybe weren't around, or they had a bit of a rough upbringing. So that's kind of what I'd want to do from a movement point of view, from a giving back point of view. For a personal point of view, I just want to grow my business more. I just want to help more people. I watched Tony Robbins, I'm Not Your Guru, and they asked him a question, and they were like, why are you still doing it? Like, you're a billionaire, you don't need to be doing this. And he said, like, it's a great thing that he said, everybody's got their addiction, and helping people change their lives is my addiction. And that's kind of where I'm at. I remember when I was like first starting out, people give me time, people give me energy, people give me tips. So I'm kind of in it for anybody that's serious, anybody that's hungry, anybody that's teachable. I'll go at it. How long did it take to really make it in network marketing? Dean, I mentioned that on right at the beginning, so you can probably go back and watch that. But I've been doing it for 7 years, and it took me, well, I'd say I started making it as soon as I signed up. I mean, I might not have been making the money, but I was making progress, and that's how you guys have got to look at it. So I'd say I started making it from day one. I hit financial goals, like really big ones, 3 years in, 3.5 years in. Now, you wouldn't quit your degree after the first year. You might get kicked out like I did, but you wouldn't quit. You wouldn't quit your marriage after the first year if it wasn't brilliant. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of mentality. You've got to see this as a 4-5 year career. Emma, how would you best reply to people saying it's a pyramid scheme? The majority of people that say it's a pyramid scheme just don't know what a pyramid scheme is in the first place. Our business, our industry is like over 50, 60 years old. Like 50 or 60 years old. Like, some of the companies, like the particular company that I've been involved in is over 20. The actual company is nearly 45 years old, and then the rebrand of the company, which was in 1993. And I know loads of other companies that are out there that are as old as that, if not older. So if it was illegal, it would have been shut down by now, right? The world's changing. What you've got to explain to people is the world's changing. Gone are the days where you've only got to look at the high street. Like, look where business is now. It's all online. Everything's online. Look at Kodak. What happened with those guys, right? Kodak shut down. Instagram took over. Why? People aren't buying cameras anymore. Everything's online. So the pyramid thing is just complete bullshit. They just don't understand it. And you've just got to use these words, really. I know what you're saying. I felt the same until I researched it. And, you know, network marketing, you know, all right, there might be some companies that are out there that might be a little bit leaning on that side. I don't know. But the majority of the companies are bulletproof. It's as simple as that. This is a legitimate business model. You wouldn't get people like Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki mentioning it in their, you know, in their speeches, on videos and all that kind of stuff. Bill Gates said if he was to start again, he'd do a network marketing company. Simple as that. Read any business book. Like that guy that was on before, and I wasn't like having a go at the dude, but he was clearly uneducated. Like, the number one form of advertising in the world is word of mouth. Whether you know, whatever book you read, ask anybody. Number one form of advertising in the world, word of mouth. Right? You eat at a nice restaurant, you tell someone about it. You watch a funny movie, you tell someone about it. Simple as that, right? You go somewhere nice on holiday, you tell somebody about it. But you never ever get paid for doing it. All the network marketing companies do go, you know what? We're not going to advertise on TV. We're not going to advertise online. We're going to get happy customers that fall in love with the product. They're going to share it with other people. Simple as that. How do you get millionaires to give you time? You've got to build relationships with people. And, you know, the kind of the millionaires that I know that aren't in the business, in network marketing, but still gave me great advice, or people that are on a success journey, get around them. Like, you know, message them, build relationships, become friends with these people. The other great thing is you can read a book. Like, you don't actually have to go and meet them for coffee. If you read Screw It, Let's Do It, Richard Branson, Like, that's an amazing book. It's almost like Branson's there talking to you. Get the audio books of these people. There's so many. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. He's done the job for you, right? He interviewed over 400 of the top earners in America, and he's done it all for you. There's so many network marketing books out there where they've interviewed top earners, and all you've got to do is follow what they say and keep going. The number one thing that they'll say is they never gave up. They always held the vision. Did I build mostly on Facebook? No, not really. The majority of my business was done face to face. If I was to start right here, right now again, I would build it all online, totally online. But I would use the same principles as how I built my business, which was building relationships, not spamming everybody to death. What videos do you show to introduce people to business? I believe in you doing your own video and showing them you. At the end of the day, they got in touch with you, right? So why would you then send them to a video that isn't you? So my biggest bit of advice is get comfortable in front of camera, start filming your own presentations, and then you can put them on YouTube and send them to people because they bought into you in the first place. Alright, I think we're going to wrap it up. What I'm going to do, sorry, I'm going to scroll down to there's like millions of questions. Thanks for that, guys. I'm just going to keep scrolling down because it's just full on. 7-Eleven, people seem to be asking a lot about that. So what did I do in the 7-Eleven time or the 9-1 time? That was where I would use it. I would block off the hours to reconnect, prospect, reconnect, prospect. That's kind of all I'd do. And then maybe if you've got to do a little bit of management, training, then that's where you also block in there, filming stuff, writing programs, writing manuals, I mean, all that kind of stuff. I always try to keep things really, really simple. Like I said, the 80-20 rule, 80% recruiting, 20% training. This business isn't that hard. It's 3 key things that you've just got to do over and over and over and over again. Build relationships, get customers, get distributors, and teach your team how to do the same thing. That's all you've got to do. Like, that is it. But when you look back on a Sunday night and you look back at your week, say, how many new people have I built connections with this week? How many people have I spoken to? How many people have I followed up with? If you write that on your wall, you'll know exactly where your business is and why it's there. I've only spoke to 2 new people this week. Well, let me tell you, the ratio is 10-in-1. So if you've only spoken to 2 people, you're very unlikely to even get 1 sale a month if your ratio's that low. So you've got to set yourself a target. Another great book, Go for No. Just go out there and blaze through the numbers. Next one, let me just scroll a bit further down. Yeah, thanks for joining from Germany, respect it. Did I keep notes on my prospects? How do I keep account? Yeah, 100%. So I had a little book and I used to write down, and I used to do this when I was PTing anyway, because the people that I'd spoke to in the gym or the people that had messaged me on Facebook, I needed to know to follow up with them. And I used to write little things down about them. Maybe they'd just gone on holiday. Maybe they'd got, you know, they had a similar career to me before that. Maybe they knew somebody that I knew. Maybe they supported a certain soccer team. Like, always go back and relate to them who they are. So they feel like they know you then. People like love talking about themselves. They want to be loved. They want to be spoke about. They want to know that you've got their best interests at heart. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It's as simple as that. Alright, let me just scroll right down to the bottom. How did I maintain customer care? Great question. I think it's really, really important, especially in our industry. Customer care, again, it's all the same thing. It's about relationships. It's about monitoring those people. And it's about making sure that your people are getting the results that they want. They're getting the product delivered on time. Jim Rohn says it best, like, you've got to do more than you're paid to do. In any business in the world, like, do more than you're paid to do. Like, your customers ordered the product, great. Send them a text message. Make sure they've got the food plans or whatever it is. Make sure they've got the, you know, whatever your product is. Make sure the system's set up correctly. Your aftercare is so important, because if they stop taking the product, then it doesn't matter, because they'll come back to you later if you've looked after them. Same with me when I was PTing people. If I looked after my clients, they would come back later on, because we had a relationship. We had a friendship, really. So become friends with your people. Alright guys, I think that is it. I'm going to wrap up. If you want to get my free daily emails, go to johnholowattymentors.com. I'm going to be reopening up my mastermind group very, very soon. My Millionaire Mastermind group. If you're interested in getting mentorship, then you can jump in that, or at least have a look at the video and see if it's for you. If you're an action taker, if you're serious about taking your business to the next level. If not, that's totally fine as well. Just keep getting value on the page, keep getting value on the lives, and I'll see you next Wednesday. And then the week after that, it'll be in Australia, because I'm out there for 4 weeks. That's the beauty of network marketing. That dude that told me it was a pyramid scheme is probably going to be counting press-ups tonight, and I'll be chilling out in the sunshine. Catch you laters.